So I'm going to be adding some. There's a tank in the back of the Passat. I'm going to show you guys how to use a factory container with a refill that you can buy from Walmart for 12 bucks for like a 2.5 gallon container. Save yourself a lot of money and not have to go to the dealership. This is Dash. Hey yo, this is Dash, and today, fit with focus, today I'm going to be doing a little bit of maintenance on this thing. This is my 2012 Volkswagen Passat TDI, and you guys get to watch me work. So I need to do an oil change. It just hit 90,000 miles, so I need to do an oil change, and I'm going to be doing the topside oil change. You guys have seen that topside oil change there, and I'm also going to be adding the DEF fluid, or the diesel emissions fluid, or diesel exhaust fluid, depending on who you, diesel emissions fluid. So I'm going to be adding some. There's a tank in the back of the Passat. I'm going to show you guys how to use a factory container with a refill that you can buy from Walmart for 12 bucks for like a 2.5 gallon container. Save yourself a lot of money and not have to go to the dealership. All right, let me get the oil change started, then I'll get the DEF fluid added. Okay, so so far I have the engine cover off of the engine, the dipstick out, okay, the oil cap off, and here's my engine, and it looks so bright because of this light that I have. I picked up that light from Harbor Freight. I think it's like 800 lumen LED light. Oh, I see the flicker from the in the camera, but so that point right there is where I'm going to stick my vacuum and suck the oil out from the top. I opened this up so that I could get a vent. Then I'm going to get the filter, okay, which is down in here. I'm gonna get that filter cracked and open and draining. Okay, so the next step in this whole process is going to be me using this bottle. Okay, now this is a bottle I got from Volkswagen. It is a genuine Volkswagen part, Volkswagen G052910A2. All right, and all it is the AdBlue, or the diesel exhaust fluid, like I told you earlier. This bottle is a half-gallon bottle. This half-gallon bottle cost me almost $20. This, okay, diesel exhaust fluid is 2.5 gallons. I got this from Walmart. It was 12 bucks. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is cut the bottom of this off and then use the big bottle as a refill to pour into here so that I can put it into my tank. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why would you go through all of that hassle in doing that? And I'll show you. This tank here, or this bottle here, has a convenient, and actually, let's do this. Let's just take it completely out of the box. And it has this funnel, or spout, okay, this spout, and it comes with this, right? get it out of the box so you can see it. Now, the whole thing is, there's no gaskets or anything on here, and it leaks all over your trunk. This is a ask me how I know, okay? So what I'm gonna do, like I said, we're gonna open this up, come back, we'll get that in a bit. We're gonna take this, and actually, okay, and the reason why you want this tank, this bottle, is because of this. This thing screws onto the neck, the filler neck, and then you have to push it down in order to open up the, open this up, and it will not, there will not be any spillage in your trunk. Again, ask me how I know. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna get this, and maybe I'll just put a hole in here so that I can take this and pour it in here, and then we can go from there, all right? So let me go ahead and get that taken care of. Okay, so I just drilled a hole in here, and I'm gonna take this and pour a little bit in. All right, so we have a half gallon. I'm gonna go ahead and take this to the back of my car, and I'll get it connected, and we'll pretty much go from there. Okay, so this is the back of my Passat TDI, and what we're after is this thing here. Okay, so I'm going to open up the, all right, open that up, and then screw this on carefully. So once I get the bottle screwed on, what you're gonna do is gently press down, and you can hear the fluid going down into the tank. Now the beauty with this bottle is that it will never overflow, and you'll never make a mess. You shouldn't, at least, as long as it's on there properly. So the bottle is empty. I'm gonna unscrew it and fill it back up again, and I'm gonna keep doing this until, now I could leave it in here and then pour it in here but that kind of defeats the purpose to me of having this great connection, because I've spilled way too much of that exhaust fluid inside of this trunk. You can see these crystals, or this white mess. That's all from where I've spilled some of that diesel exhaust fluid or DEF fluid before. So I'm gonna make a couple trips, and I'm gonna get this thing topped off. Okay, so this is the last of the bottle, and unfortunately there is no gauge or anything. So usually what I end up doing is every oil change I'll add 2.5 gallons of the diesel the DEF fluid, or the AdBlue. And all right, so there you have it. You guys saw, and I'll just kind of close this out and explain a couple of things to you guys. So what happens is, in between oil changes, or every oil change, so every 10,000 miles, I will add 2.5 gallons of the DEF fluid, or the AdBlue. Typically, I don't really need to add much in between oil changes. There are times when a little message will pop up on the cluster, the dash, that tells me I have 1,500 miles before the DEF tank is empty, or AdBlue. I need to add AdBlue fluid. what I'll do in that instance is I'll just go get a 2.5 gallon thing and I'll add some, or I'll just add the whole thing. This particular cycle, in between, I bought this container, so that was another, like I said, I think this is a 1/2 gallon container. Yeah, 1/2 gallon container. And that 1/2 gallon container obviously helped me to get to this particular oil change, and I haven't had to add any fluid, AdBlue fluid or DEF fluid in between. But I expect, because I do my oil changes at 10,000 miles, in between now the car is just over 90,000 miles. It's like 90,100. And in between this 90,000 mile change and the 100,000 mile change, that 100,000 mile change, I'll do the oil filter, the fuel filter, and then I'll also add more of the DEF fluid. But I'm anticipating it probably, my car, I apologize, my car has had the diesel emissions fix, so I'm actually anticipating needing to add more of the DEF fluid in between now and that 10,000 mile mark. What I'll do is I'll actually try to track it. I think what ended up happening was when I had the emissions fix done, they might have added some of that fluid. And once they added the fluid, obviously, I think that's why I haven't had to add any myself. All right, so thanks again as always for watching. If you're new here, please do click thumbs up if you learned anything, and leave a comment down below if you have any other questions about anything else about my 2012 Volkswagen Passat TDI. It's a 2-liter, and again, it has had the diesel gate emissions fix performed. I haven't really noticed any difference after the emissions fix was done. The car is a little louder than what it used to be, and I definitely do feel butt dyno is up probably 10 to 15 horsepower and torque. All right, thanks again as always for watching, and I'll see you next time.